Okay,
Oh,
Cam.
look at that Hillary Clinton bobblehead.
Isn't that awful?
That's cute.
And
Can't see.
I can't do this.
It's just a bobble. It's not
You
a
can-
bobblehead. Nothing else.
I thought it was attached to something. Oh, that's metaphor.
Yeah, right?
What's
Fell
this?
over. I think a more interesting way for me is if someone has a relationship with the artist and knows what the artist is up to, because then they'll see that sometimes what the artist thinks is the most important work is not what the market thinks is the important
Yeah,
work.
no.
And I think it's always more interesting to have that kind of relationship so you can see kind of what the artist has learned from, you know, like
Yeah.
even in their own work. You know, I've kept some pieces where I thought this is not the best piece in terms of the market, what, you know, what a gallerist or what a collector would want,
Yeah.
but it's the piece I've learned the most from, and it's the piece I can see new work coming out of. And I think a good collector, kind of, if they get into an artist's head like that, we always
Well,
have our secrets, but sometimes they come out. You have to have a sense of the long view early, you know, that.
Yeah. Now,
But I think
how
art-
do you keep things you said aren't considered to be your most formidable work or your most expensive?
No, I keep the things. I actually didn't keep a lot of things early on because I couldn't afford to. So someone offered me, you know, $2,000 for a painting. I'm like, oh my God, $2,000. You know,
Yeah.
there was no possibility of me saying no. Now I can't afford to buy those things back now. They come up at auction. So, but I do keep
that's
things that I feel like are a little strange, you know,
Yeah.
and I sort of feel like there's new work in them. I'm making a series and then there's one that's a little off or something,
Yeah.
but I feel like there are interesting ideas in it, and that's usually the one I keep. But I felt like the most interesting thing for me as an artist is to make leaps, so I have to be brave enough to do that, you know. I remember when I first started showing Whitney Biennial in '91 or being in group shows, I was a painter. And then in the '93 biennial, I showed a photographic piece based on Mapplethorpe images. And I cannot tell you how many people came up to me and said, "You've lost your mind. You've ruined your painting career, you know, like you've ruined your," and I thought, oh, I thought I was an artist. I didn't know I was a painter, and that's all I'm supposed to do, you know. But I find that as, you know, as an artistic practice, I need to jolt myself into other territories, make work that I don't really know how to do, or make a video or something, because that's how you learn stuff, you know.
Well, I thought that piece, what those prints were extraordinary. I thought that was really
Well,
a
thank you.
very
At
strong.
least somebody understands. We need to stage a Cara opera at MoMA. That would be fun.
Wouldn't it
She's
be?
becoming quite an opera director now.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, where was the last?
There's one in Venice around the
I
Biennale,
haven't seen that.
and I think there's another one too that she's working on. But I think that sometimes artists get tired of the art world; they want to do
Yeah.
something else. You know.
Well, she's gotten
other
very.
people who have
She's
like-
gotten very theatrical, like opera is. I
You mean she is theatrical, or she's got?
No, her work.
I
think
see.
has
I
gotten
see. Yeah.
to be very opera-like.
Right. That's true.
I mean,
Right.
with all the intertwined and interactive bodies that
Oh, that's interesting.
are
I had
going
never
on.
really thought about that, but you're right. Yeah. They are like frozen action plays or
Yeah.
operas.
Yeah. And very much in that way like opera, because opera isn't always true. To me, it's I can see if somebody stabs somebody in an opera, doesn't make me cover my eyes or
Right,
get up and
right.
go to the bathroom, but whereas in other forms it does make me sort of, I don't like to see that kind of violence, and I don't want to look too closely at what's happening. And think about it. But an opera, you know, it's all such a pastiche, such a sham of
Right.
really what, I mean, it's not real. Opera doesn't seem to me. It's all staged.
It's well, everything is all staged, but it's sort of a funny form because it's sung, you know? I just
Yeah.
saw Exterminating Angel at
Oh,
the
really?
Met, which was terrific, but it's sung in English, but I still had to read the super titles because
Really?
you can't understand a word they're singing.
Yeah,
That's just
very
the
odd.
form. And I was with someone who said, like, it's so strange to me. You know, they're standing on stage and there's a narrative, but they're singing it. And, you know, like, he couldn't quite get his head around it as a form.